Tanger, the White City. Sitting at the edge of the Rif Mountains in northwest Morocco, it's where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Mediterranean Sea, where Europe meets Africa. A metropolis with a complicated yet fascinating past, met by a present-day allure that is as strong as ever.
Tanger is very quiet at night. I love it this way.
Known as a mecca for artists, it's full of character and characters.
My brushes must be near the kitchen. I like to put a brush stroke on the paper and a dash of spice in the tagine.
As the city continues to evolve, an active generation of curators and cultural entrepreneurs are emerging as its keepers.
Each time I was coming to Tanger, I was seeing things differently, how fast the city was expanding. So we were triggered by this massive urban development.
This is the artistic spirit alive and well in Tanger.
We found that art is a good way to communicate with young people, to just give them the hope that they need.
This is Inside Africa.
I think we all feel strangers in this city, even if we spend a lot of time here. And this is great to have this freedom to leave if you want, but you don't leave at the same time because you have all these energies, all these people coming and leaving, all these open minds, open borders.
Like so many other artists that came before him, Sido Lansari was drawn to Tanger by the cosmopolitan aura that permeates the city.
I was about to leave France and I already started at this time to work in cultural structures. I was working in contemporary arts and dance festivals and I decided to come back to Morocco.
Born and raised in Casablanca, the economic hub of the country, he wanted to find a place more conducive to following his passions.
I didn't study arts, actually. I studied management. Like a lot of young people here, you don't have this clear vision to do artistic jobs or artistic careers. And I was always interested by art, of course, and by cinema.
He found what he was looking for in the Cinémathèque de Tanger.
I came here for the first time in 2014 and it was huge for me, a real discovery, because when I left Casablanca to go to France, I didn't know all this side of Morocco. And it was a real surprise for me to discover that we have this little heaven here in this city. It was the only space and project totally in connection with what I wanted to do, what I wanted to share for my country and for the people of my country.
In the mid-2000s, Cinémathèque de Tanger started as an artist-run institution to restore Cinéma Rif, a cultural and architectural landmark built in the 1930s here in Grand Soko Square at the entrance of the old Medina.
So the idea and the decision and the emergency was to save this building by creating this non-profit initiative and save this heritage about cinema and about the history of Tanger.
As North Africa's first cinema cultural centre, it's become a hub for creators and film buffs alike, where all are welcome to pop in for a mint tea, gather with friends, and of course, take in a movie.
Ça, c'est l'ancien marché aux fleurs du Grand Soko.
This is the old flower market that existed until a few years ago. These photos were taken by amateurs in the 1960s, sometime between 1964 and 65. And there, we recognize the arch, which is just in front of us.
La porte qui est juste en face du cinéma.
The film archive and library contains decades worth of materials, different moments frozen in time, that the team here is digitizing in efforts to showcase them to a larger audience.
It's emotional to see this, to be in control of this, and be able to share it with people, to share it with the young people. And with these images, you have a testimony of what existed before. And it's great, it's great. We feel lucky to have this, to be a witness of all this.
With no official film school in town, the archival preservation and film screenings are regularly complemented by workshops that offer training to young and aspiring photographers and filmmakers.
The idea is to spread the capacities and the tools of making images. So we invite artists from all around the world to share their expertise with the people from here. And this is the whole goal of this program, just to empower people and tell them that you have the right to tell your story and just own it.
7 years in, having carved out a life and grown as an artist here, the mystifying charm of this city remains top of mind for the 33-year-old.
I arrived here almost randomly, and this is how Tanger is magic, that when you arrive, you don't know when you will leave, and then maybe you will never leave, or maybe you will leave tomorrow.
This place, we call it the Lazy Wall, and it's been here forever because actually people just come here around and they literally chill. This is what they do here. I mean, like, look at where we are.
Tanger's Terrasse des Paresseux is a small but populous city park with panoramic views of the port, and where, on a clear day, you can look out across the Strait of Gibraltar and see Spain.
It's more about a meditation place than being lazy, you know. It's like reconcentrating about what your thoughts are, and think about what you can do and what the future might have.
Hicham Bouzid has always been a critical thinker and does quite a lot of it these days, whether he is here or as he traverses city streets on the way to the offices of his aptly named organization, Think Tanger.
Think Tanger started as a question. What is happening today in Tanger? And how can we access to information? How can we know as citizens and as cultural activists what's happening in our city? Hi! Hey, how are you?
At the time of Think Tanger's launch in 2016, Hicham was actually living in Marrakesh, working on an art project, but frequently visited his hometown.
Each time I was coming to Tanger, I was seeing things differently, how fast the city was expanding. So we were kind of triggered by this massive urban development, and at the same time we didn't have any clue about what was happening. With the new industries that are setting up here, with the new infrastructures that the city is investing.
Hicham and other like-minded locals simply wanted to be in the know and to ensure they had a say and a place in their city's evolution.
I love where I was born. I mean, I love Tanger. I think that the city lives in me more than I live in the city. So this is how we started. First, as being a one-year project. It was meant to be a cultural program. We're gonna invite artists, designers, city councils, politicians, people coming also from the industry, all different backgrounds that are kind of shaping the city of Tanger today. We wanted to bring them all together in this platform in order to discuss, to think, and to just open conversation about what is Tanger today.
With Think Tanger, 30-year-old artist aims to add a new chapter to his city's history. One that amends the notions set forth in the mid-1900s, when it was a Shangri-La for many famous cultural figures and an alleged haven for criminal activity and secret agents.
Having only this narrative, it excludes other possible narratives. And this is what we try to do, is to give a platform for this narrative to be able to be heard and just to be shared. Those narratives are people's narrative, are the ones that are created from the new neighborhoods, the one that is being built with the new environment of Tanger. And it's kind of breaking up with this fantasy image of Tanger. We bring in something more contemporary to it.
What was conceived as a short-term initiative has taken hold and is expanding in lockstep with the city around it.
The project since 2016 has been developed in such a way that is connected in multiple fields: academia, urban design, architecture, the art world. There is a platform that is at the intersection of those different fields.
One of Hisham's favorite new additions is tucked away in the corner of the organization's office space.
Hi and welcome to the Tanger Print Club and our headquarters of Think Tanger, and I'll be happy to show you some of our prints and the work we do. So we're in the production space where we print. And then here goes another print.
By taking a step back and doing things the so-called old way, the artist believes this style of printing and its process is a microcosm for what he hopes to accomplish through Think Tanger's initiatives.
It's magical because you never know what you're gonna have. It's all the time different, you need to be very specific, and it tends to bring a community around this practice, and that's nice. And we're done.
Tanger, Morocco, a city famed for many things, among them the immaculate white buildings, for which it's nicknamed the White City. But if you head west, a handful of kilometers outside of town, the white fades away as a short stretch of forested countryside reveals itself, before eventually hitting the Atlantic Ocean. Cap Spartel is out here, a bluff that rises approximately 300 meters above the sea level and is topped by an Arabic-style lighthouse. It's the northwesternmost point of the African continent. It also marks the entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar. Heading back up into the foothills, away from the coastline, lies Mediouna, a small village that, for people like painter Amal El Atrache, provides a place of solace and rejuvenation.
I feel in my element here. There are fewer obstacles and less judgment, less wanting to act like something you're not. I like to come here for two things: for the view and to take a walk. Often I bring my children here to pick eucalyptus leaves, which are good for colds and just good to smell.
After many years spent living and working in Casablanca, the calmness of Tanger, a place Henri Matisse called a painter's paradise, convinced her to make the move so she could concentrate on her art.
It's a city that allowed me to focus and take the time. It is said that the people of Tanger do not wake up early. Breakfast is at 11 a.m. So it's a city where you take your time, which is perfect for an artist.
The laid-back vibes and stunning views in this part of the region have had an immediate impact on her artwork.
In Tanger, I'm using sparkling colors. It is surely due to the environment, the nature and greenery, to everything around me. In Casablanca, I was a little locked up because there was this frenzy. I calmed down here. Being in nature has refreshed me.
While painting is her overriding passion right now, Amal first made a name for herself as an actress and comedian, starring in various Moroccan TV series, plays and movies. Despite her success on stage and screen, it seems Amal was always destined to draw and paint.
I've been drawing since I was little. My mother would buy me comics, and I loved them and had fun reproducing what I saw. When I was 15 or 16 maybe, I was a bad student, or rather, I didn't want to go to school. I did everything to quit school. My mom almost lost her mind because she didn't know what to do with me. She was lost, the poor thing, and I was a rebel, and I only wanted to draw. Until the day my friend's mother suggested that I come to the nursery every day and draw pictures. She was the one who taught me to enlarge my paintings and to make giant